Jaden. Hope you're having a great time down there in Florida with the alligators. This is a video lesson for today. 3 things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list. If you have any questions at the end or want me to look at anything, feel free to have your mom shoot over a message and I'll do my best to answer. I'll be out for next week though, so you have to wait to the following week for me to answer. So awesome, let's get to it. So first thing is something in regards to the clean section of backcountry. One thing that when you start talking about those stretchy chords and more abstract shapes and having to move your fingers around a lot while keeping other fingers down, that can be kind of tricky. That's kind of like why I spent hours a day when I was in school, in grad school, working on technical exercises. The ability to play this thing. It's not just a matter of like, well, if I play that riff enough times, I'll get it. As you found out with what was it, the Pantera tune, Cowboys from Hell. It's not a matter of just playing the riff over and over again in hopes that you get it. It's breaking it down, going where are the technical deficiencies in my playing and what's causing me not to make it. Is it a hearing thing? Is it an aural skill? Or is it a biomechanical reason as to why I can't do that yet? And one exercise that works really well for now that you're moving like more into like that solid intermediate level guitar playing, and we're going to push higher and higher with that, is the spider exercise. This is a great one. There's a lot of variations on this exercise. I think I even gave you one a while ago, but this is another nice one since with the riff for backcountry, you have to keep fingers down while moving other fingers around. So this is a great one to get used to doing that more. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the 6th string of the guitar, and you're going to put your first finger there, right? And also 5th fret. You can really do this anywhere, but I just figure that 5th fret is a fair place to start, right? Your arm's tucked in like this right here. And you have your 5, 6. Now notice what I'm doing as I'm playing this, I'm keeping the fingers down as I put them down. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my first finger, move it down here to the 5th string, 5th fret, but these guys are still down, right? Then 6, then middle finger, and then ring finger. So we're slowly walking down the fretboard. Keep going. We should tune the string. Walking the fingers. It's not meant to sound like music. It is a dexterity exercise. And the idea too is you go really slow in the beginning to make sure you're keeping everything down. So it's not a race. I might even practice it like this the first time I ever did it. Place, and then back down. Oh, sorry. This part right. This one's more of like a brain teaser. I think coming back down is way harder than going up. Going up the neck, right? So this way, going back down this way is a lot trickier, I find. And then. Oops. You can practice that myself. And then, yeah, right there, good. So that I think going down is way harder than going back up. So I would practice that one even more. You don't need to spend your whole life on a technical exercise like this, but I would run it maybe 2 or 3 times in a practice session if you have some extra time in your if you have like a longer session. At least do it once, and then I would do it more than once if you have more time to devote to it. Like right there, I think I'm looking at the counter right now. I think that took me maybe like maybe a minute to do the whole thing, I suppose. Cool. Work on that for me as technical exercise. Talking about that too, I always start my day saying hi to my guitar by not really going and saying hi, but I come in here and I'll run scales. I'll do interval drills. So drills and exercises, technical exercises, how I start the day. Gets my fingers moving, gets the blood going, gets all those brain cells firing in here. So awesome. Number 2 is the Dorian pentatonic scale. Welcome to Dorian pentatonic. So we were talking about how the C master scale is kind of like the big picture, right? And then living inside of it are these hidden modes. They're not scales because, like in your theory class, they don't have tonic and dominant function, right? So they're not functioning harmonically the same way that a major or minor is functioning, these chords have lost their function. So non-functional harmony is how I view this stuff. Because everything is pulling back to, in the case of C major scale, I play D Dorian, everything's pulling back to that D and then adding those flavor notes in there, in this case being the flavor note being B. So I would definitely be reiterating all the time D, F, and A, the notes of D minor, the D minor chord, and then that flavor note of B. And so since we said Dorian pentatonic is a minor mode, we are basing make sure I said that right. So D Dorian is a minor mode, right? Because the chord that lives inside of the D minor is a minor chord, therefore it is a minor mode. So whatever that home base chord quality is, whether it's major or minor, in this case being minor, that will determine if it's a major mode or a minor mode. You might want to watch that part of the video a few more times to let that really sink in. I'll let you rewind that. So that being said, what we can do, since it's a minor mode, we can play, instead of D Dorian, pure Dorian, we can play Dorian pentatonic, which is a variation of the D minor pentatonic scale. So if I play D minor pentatonic as we have learned it, box 1, right here on D, right? Right, we'll both agree that it is D minor. What you can do is change in the D minor, in the D minor pentatonic, you can change the C note, the note C, this one here. You can change those notes from C, you lower them a half step down to B. Remember the flavor note of Dorian is that B, that 6th scale degree, so we're taking that 7th scale degree, the C, the flat 7. We'll talk more about that later. We're taking that 7th scale degree, the C, because you have D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We're taking that C and we're lowering it by a half step down to a B to gain that flavor note of D Dorian pentatonic, right? So what I'll do then is this. So D, F, G, A. Instead of playing the C here, I'm going to play a B. B, and then to the D, then F, G, A. Instead of playing the C here, I'm going to play a B. Then D, then F, right? So it's going to sound like this. Sounds like more. So regular regular minor pentatonic would sound like this. And then D Dorian pentatonic is going to sound like this. Right? So I want you to learn that scale. I want you to find the D's and the B's in that scale, knowing those landing notes. Right, so I did D's going up, B's coming down. That's one exercise you can do. There's a lot of different ones. You can do B's going up if you wanted. Hours of fun, right? It sounds great over any color you like, because remember that one's a D Dorian jam. So you can play anything in the sequences that we've done before will all work with this scale. Cool, man, work on that for me. And then lastly, micro solos. So I'm assuming that we're gonna be playing a jam on any color you like for our spring recital. So I want you to come up with some micro solos. What micro solos are short, really short, like what I kind of just did there, ideas, right? Little musical phrases, and I want you to build a collection of these. So to give you an example for one, and then I'll talk about the parameters of the assignment. Has to be start and stop on D. That's the first thing. So I have to start here. Or you can stop on B too. I'll add that in there. So start on D and B. So if I play that, 4 unique notes. singing it, and why am I making you hum it or sing it? Remember, we're not Pavarotti in here. We're just doing it for our musical goals. When these guys are soloing, man, all of them are singing inside their head, whether they tell you it or not. Even in classical music, when I'm playing that stuff, I'm still singing the melody in my head, right? So the reason why you make it singable is because you want to create a hook, like that part of the song. Like as soon as the song pops on, they immediately get you. So I mean, if you think of those 3 Days Grace tunes that you like to play, those intro riffs, those are hooks, and they have literally like 3 seconds to get you into the song before you skip to the next track or skip to something else. So what you have to do is you have to practice making singable hook-like melodies, little really short micro solos. Now, it takes time to develop the skill of actually being able to make these on the fly, right? So that's why you practice this now, and you make a collection of them, things that you like, maybe like a dozen that you like. That way you have something to choose from when you're up there soloing, not just running up and down scales, because otherwise that's kind of boring after a while, just running up and down scale patterns and sequences and such. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start this back up one more time. I'm just going to use the D Dorian pentatonic because that seems very cool to talk about here. They're not long at all. They're like 2 measures long, if that. And the only notes I played there were these guys. And occasionally I added an extra note in there. Oh, sorry. So I had those notes. I had the B, the D, the F, and the G. Now I can repeat notes and put in guitar effects, but at the end of the day, I just played those 4 notes. You can do it anywhere. You can do this arpeggio here. Use that spot. Starting on B, that is. That was 2 notes. Be there. Cool, man. Work on that for me. If you want to send over some samples to see if you're on the track, feel free to do that. I will be in business until Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and at that point I am on vacation. So awesome, man. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in April. Take care. Bye.